Put a little bit of the rub, nigga, I gotta be safe.
Let's get to sports talk.
Kawhi Leonard doesn't care about your feelings or your story or what narrative you're trying to shape or the comeback or the feel good or the
load management.
Or load management, right. Well, he does care about load management because that's how he's going to win the chip. The Clippers, this team coached by Doc Rivers with Kawhi Leonard and Paul George, who have not played together for like the vast majority of the season, but they've started to play together. And their record ain't even that much worse than the Lakers. And they haven't even really started firing on all cylinders yet. The Clippers got their eyes on the prize, Stephen.
The Clippers have their eyes on the prize, but so does LeBron. And that's what AD told us. You know, he talked about LeBron being locked in differently. He talked about how he had enough load management because he only played 55 games last year and missed the playoffs for the first time in a decade. He pointed out all of those things. And at the end of the day, what it says to me is that LeBron, it comes down to how much do you trust LeBron to know his body and to know himself and his game in order to be ready when it's time. In the end, we look at the Clippers. I think the Clippers are a better team in terms of how they're built. As exceptional as the job of coaching that I think Frank Vogel and the Lakers staff has done, I still believe that the Clippers are better because of the greatness of Doc Rivers and Tyronn Lue and Sam Cassell and those boys are no joke either. But in the end, it's going to come. And Max, let me tell you something, I'm so excited because it is going to come down to a LeBron being ready. Because AD, you can see AD gonna be ready.
Oh,
AD,
yeah.
his whole thing, I'm gonna be ready.
He didn't downplay it either.
He didn't downplay it either. It's coming down to LeBron, are you going to be ready for Kawhi? Right. And I believe that answer will be yes.
Anthony Davis came on this show and said he challenged LeBron to play defense.
He always gonna be ready. He missed half of the season last year. Then he missed the playoffs for the first time after going to 9 straight finals. And that's the only break he had in a long time. So his body is fully ready. LeBron's body is fully healthy and ready to go. He's locked in this season. You could tell the difference in him this season that he's locked in to get Lakers back to the playoffs. And they on their way. At 24-4. The Clippers, they built for a championship. They have a good roster. Can't put nothing past them. Good coaching staff. That's why the Clippers, they gonna put everything together. With they 21-8, they haven't locked in all the way yet, but they gonna get everything together. They already still got a good record, even though they ain't even locked in for real. And because all you doing is being smart. Load management, it helps in this era. It helped the coaches out. Rest the players that you know that had a history of injury. Rest them so you can be ready to go for the rest of the season. And that's what they doing with the Clippers.
This year. So Vogel's influence, whatever else, and the presence of Dwight Howard and JaVale McGee, they deserve credit. Those trees back there, like that.
Dwight Howard 10 for 10 last night.
No doubt. Dwight Howard's a whole story we're going to have to talk about on this show pretty soon, a little more extensively. But all that stuff is great. But when your guy, your crime partner, goes to you and challenges you defensively and comes out here and says, because when the leaders play defense, it has a different effect on the team, I think it shows it's not just LeBron doing whatever he wants, but I think LeBron has earned the right to know his own body and to dictate that kind of stuff.
I did not like what Doc Rivers said, and here's why. Because I'm not a proponent of load management. I'm not a proponent of it at all. If you're healthy, you should be playing. Plain and simple. If you're healthy enough to play, go out there and play. That's my philosophy. I understand that there's a bigger prize, and I get all of that. The flip side to it is that I almost...
Because this day and age, coaches are being smart. Back then, some players wish they had load management. This is a smart idea. Even though I know some of these players be fully healthy, but at the same time, you have to be smart by load managing that player that you know had that history of injuries. You had to be smart for your team. You don't want to hurt them. So you have to sit them down for a little couple games. I understand the fans want to see the players, but at the same time, the coach just being smart this time around and load manage that player until he could be healthy for the team. Because you see a lot of players that did have low management where they are now. It's not in the league. Some of them, they're different roles in the league now because they had low management. Low management is smart for these players. That's the way that you can know they're 100% and ready to go for the team.
So I don't want to say hoping because I don't root against Doc Rivers and the Clippers organization. I just know too many people in there in their first class. What I'm saying is that I hate the fact that Kawhi, and I'm not saying Kawhi's responsible for this. This could be his uncle, it could be his agent, it could be a whole bunch of people, not him. I just hate the idea. I'm going to come into this game, and I'm too hurt to play on a Wednesday night at the Staples Center. But I'm ready Thursday. I'm ready the next day.
Don't you think that started after the knee contusion, the whole misdiagnosis with the Spurs?
Again, I don't want to sit up there and question the legitimacy of Kawhi's injury in any way. That's not what I'm doing here.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is the great, wonderful, incomparable Doris Burke pointed that out when ESPN had a game on a Wednesday. Kawhi couldn't play that night. What was already penciled in to play the next night against Portland.
The mission for any team, with a lot of talent, is to try to win the championship. Now they do that with a lot of talent.
But at the expense of devaluing the regular season?
That's a business concern.
Yeah, it's a business concern because you know what you want at the end of the year. You have to have that player healthy and ready to go. You don't want to risk none of that. We understand how you will feel, but at the same time, that coach try to be smart. I don't want to risk anything. I want to make sure you're 100% ready to step on this floor. And if we do have you go back to back, let's just give you some rest and make sure everything is good.
For the league to handle, the team, they need to worry about the championship. That's what Greg Popovich did. That's why he's won 5. That's what Kawhi did last year. That's why he won. That's what the Clippers are doing right now.
It could hurt popularity ultimately, though.
Then the league has to figure out a way to address that. That's not the Clippers' business.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download